Good day, viewers. From wherever you're watching us from, welcome to this morning ClearView television newspaper review, where you get direct insight into matters happening around the world. For this morning, Friday, the 1st of December 2023, I am your presenter, Favor Cyril. Okay, let's check on matters happening within Nigeria and around the world. We will be starting out with Business Day newspaper, where we see on their front page broadly written, FG 9 trillion naira budget deficit raises concerns despite fuel subsidy cuts. Analyst says oil production targets could be a stretch. Content of the story can be found on the front page of this newspaper and subsequently on page 2. If you look to the far right of this front page, you will see PFA, that's Pension Fund Administration, in stiff competition as transfer window hits 710 billion naira. Account holders hungry for good returns, better service. Content of this story can be found on the front page of Business Day newspaper and subsequently on page 31. Below that, we see ICT sector slumps to 5 years low as investment slow. Now, if you turn on to page 2, you'll be getting the content of that story. Old new Naira notes remain legal tender, says Supreme Court. The Supreme Court of Nigeria has ruled that both the old Naira note and the newly designed Naira note can coexist within the country as a legal tender. Now, that story can be found on page 21. Now, if you look to the bottom, you would see Nigerians' oil market under spotlight as COP28 opens. And you will find the story on page 30. And that's all we have on Business Day. Going forward, we go on to Daily Trust, where we see boldly written as their lead headline, 2024 fiscal year. Security gets lion's share as Tinubu's presents 27.5 trillion naira budget. Beneath that headline, you get recurrent stakes 18.51 trillion naira, capital 8.7 trillion naira. President wants proposal passed in 1 month. Now remember, this budget was passed on Wednesday, and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu expects this proposal to be passed within 1 month, so by all implication should be in effect by next year, January. 87 trillion naira debt worrying. Reduce it, says Akpabio. Past budget failed to meet expectation. That's the speaker. Budget estimates will bring economic depressions, says SPDP. Now to the bottom right, we get old new Naira note remains legal tender, ruled Supreme Court, and that story can be found on page 6. NSCDC, which is Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps personnel, opens fire on students in Abuja. Now, a personnel of NSCDC is said to open fires on students in Abuja. So this content of the story can be found on page 8. Denying us Kanu's mandate will ignite crisis. NNPP tells ECOWAS, EU, UK, and US. You can read more on this story on page 11, while page 27 holds 25 killed, 15 injured in Kwara road crash. International Day of Solidarity with Palestinians. UN reiterates two-state solution. Now that story will be found on page 5. Then close to that very colon, you see Abuja flight diversion to Asaba. Controversies as dispatcher controllers disagree. That's a very funny story. I think you should read up on page 20. Bandit kill 18 hunters in Taraba, and the story will be found on page 25. Now that's all we have on Daily Trust. To read more, kindly pick up a copy of Daily Trust today. And for more updates, kindly like, share, subscribe, and follow us on all our social media platforms at ClearView Television. Thank you.